Hi everyone. In this video, we will learn about we will write first program in C. Then we will go through the compilation process in C. That how the program gets compiled from source code into machine code. So first we will write hash, and then I have created one empty file. Let's go to file, new empty file. Save this file with C extension in your computer. I'm saving it on the desktop. My first .c. Save. So we'll write one simple program. Hash include stdio. Then in main we'll write this is my first program 0. So let's run this program first. I'm running this program. You can see the output. Hello, this is my first program. So we will understand what is this. What is this hash include stdio? Actually, hash include is a preprocessor. What this preprocessor do? So we will learn about this as well. Stdio is a library. What this standard input output library do? We will learn about this as well. So first, let's talk about this hash include. Hash include is a preprocessor. So this preprocessor, the source code is the code which is written in a text editor. So whatever we are writing here is a source code. So that is being written in a human readable form. So the source code file is given an extension .c. So we have written a program and given the extension, saved this program with .c extension. So this source code is passed to the preprocessor. Then the preprocessor expands this code. After expanding the code, the expanded code is passed to the compiler. So preprocessor expand the source code into I have written this my first p.c. So it will expand the program into my first p.i. Then it goes to the compiler. So first let's go through the compilation process. Then we will learn about this is the compilation process. So this is your source code. So it's being converted. It will convert source code into machine code. So that file will be executable code. So here you will write source code. It will go to the preprocessor. Preprocessor will expand the code and make a hello dot if I written the first program with my first program .c, then it will be the file will be first program .i. Then that file will be handed over to the compiler. The compiler will compile that code and will produce first.s file. Then it goes to the assembler. Then assembler takes the file from the compiler. So assembler converts that file into a object file. So then at the end it goes to the linker, and the linker will produce the file that is execute.exe file. So you have might be you have ever seen the .exe file. So you can just click on it and the console window will appear, and whatever programs you have written, the output will be shown on the console window. So this is the process of compilations of C program. So we have written this source code. So once we will compile and run this program, So this will you can see here my first p.exe at the end. This will produce executable file. So this executable file is printing the message, hello, this is my first program. So this is the way that C programming is being compiled into executable file. So we will talk about this, like what is this hash include preprocessor and stdio. Stdio is a standard input output library. So it is written, it is there in the compiler. So when we include this stdio in our program, it means whatever functions are there in this library, they are being imported in this program. So we are using printf function. So what is this int mean? Int is like in C we are having multiple data types: integer, float, decimal, and string. Like there are so many data types available. So we can just, this is a return type of main function. So main is returning integer value. So we are returning inside the main function is 0. So 0 is an integer value. So we have to take care, like when we are writing the function, first we will learn about this. What is this main? Main is a function. When something like round brackets comes after this anything, that is a function, like printf, then round bracket start, round bracket end, then this printf is a function. So int is this is a data type. So these are the keywords, reserved keywords in C. So main is a functions. So main is a inbuilt functions. So we will talk about this. Printf is also a inbuilt function. So printf is the definition of this printf is written inside the stdio. So we will learn about scanf as well. So printf is used to print the output on the console. So you have seen this output, like you have seen this output, hello, this is my first program. So this output is being printed by this function. So the definition of this function is written inside the this header file. So stdio. So we call this header file. So we every time when you will write the program, you have to import, you have to include all those header files in your C program in the topmost corner. So first you have to include the header files, then you can start writing the C programs. Either you can talk about the C++ as well. So this is a little bit explanations of this. So we will now talk about like scanf functions. So what is scanf functions? So might be you have heard about, or you are thinking that how we can take the input from the user. So what we can do, just take one variable int a. So what we will do, we will write here scan function. So what this scanf function will do, it will take the argument from the, take the value from the console, and then we can store that value in the variables. So we can just, hello, this is my first program. Here we can write, please enter the value. So then in using scanf, what we can do, %d, and then we can just a. So what is this scanf? Scanf is a function which is used to take the input from the user. So this is, what is this %d? %d is like these are the specifiers used in C language. Like d specifier is used to take the integer type of input. So we can use f as well to take the float, and then similar as s for string. So we have taken this int a. Int is A is of type integer, so we can we are going to take integer value, so we are going to store that integer value in a variables. So a is a variable, so let's run this program. So here enter the value, so I entered 5, enter, then return 0, nothing printed. So let's print the value now. Enter value is like now we have to print the value. So the value is percent %d. So we are going to print the value of type integer. So we can just what we can do, we can just put the second parameter a. So percent %d is for this, like we are having an integer value stored in the a, then we will print that value using printf functions, what we will enter during the runtime. So enter the value is 6 7, then enter the value is 7. So the value has been stored in the variable a, and then it is being printed after the value is being stored on the runtime. So this is a little bit information explanations about printf in scanf. Then now we will learn about like variables. We will talk about variables. What is variable? Like I have taken int a, then you can take float b, float b. Might be you are seeing that the blue whatever keyboards, keyboard actually are a, like we are having words that are reserved in C language that we can't use as a variable name. So that is called we called those words are keywords. So you can see that all the blue like int is a blue, float is a blue, is showing that it is a reserved keyword. So we can't use float as a variable name like we will use here, like it's not a valid variable name. So we can use float b, same. So you want to store the characters, so you can take char c. So, you can take any variable's name. It should not be like it should not be a reserved keyword. So you can store my name like this. So you can say that int a is a variable which will store the integer type of value. B is a variable which will store the float type of value. You can name it as you want. So it should not be a reserved keyword. So variable is nothing. What is the name of the memory location? So you are storing something in the memory. So we are giving a name to that memory. So for that we are using variables. So hope you will understand that variable is the name of the memory location. Actually it is used to store data. Its value can be changed and it can be reused many times. So it's a way to represent a memory location through symbols so that it can be easily identified. So this is the declarations. So we are declaring the variables. So we call this a declaration of variables. So int a, float b, char my name. Then we can store the value in like a is equal to 5. So we are storing 5 in a. So this is the definitions means we are defining that variables, we are storing the informations in that variables. So we can store the integer type of value in a. So we can if we want to store something in b, so we can store b is equal to this is the operator. So this is used to store the value. So like 7.6, this is a floating value. So we're going to store this floating value in v. Hope you will understand. So in this way we can store the value in variables. So we have local variables, global variables, static variable, automatic variable, external variables. So there are so many variables. We will learn about those variables in future as well. So in this way we can declare and define the variables, and in this way we can, like, we have taken the a, and then if we want to take the input from the user, so in this way using scanf functions we can take the input from the user as well. So this way, like, and now we will talk about some data types in C. So we are having data types in C, like basic data type in C, basic, drive, enumerations, void. So if you talk about the basic, so we are having int, float, char. So these are the basics data types, and we are having one more is double. Here you, double is also a data type. So then we are having drive data types. So we will talk about later on. Drive data types are arrays, then pointers, then structures, and then structures, then union. We will talk about structure and union as well in the future videos. Enum is the enumeration data type, void is the null data type, means void data type is nothing but it will not return anything. So we are having then short int, long int, float, double, long double. So these are the data types. So in next video we will start with the control statement as well. So we will learn about control statement. Thank you.